Hey everybody, and welcome to the next episode of Question the Web. Tonight will be a little bit different. I'm going to share my screen and then begin to live tweet as I complete the activities this week. So this is going to be a really raw stream, and I will be doing a lot of work post-production, editing this down into actual usable clips. Most of the time you'll just be staring at my screen. There's a good chance the kids are going to wake up crying. My wife will definitely come home, and I might curse a lot. All of that will be taken out post-production, and I don't curse. So with that being said, I'm going to share my screen. Okay. First, I'm going to just take out a link and to throw out the video onto YouTube. Now, I'm actually using with Known, with Known that I've installed through my hosting company to send out onto Twitter. All right, so I'm going to assume that you have installed X-ray goggles, and sorry, and I've tried to get distracted. This is a Twitter conversation involved and goes along the way about hypothesis. I forgot where I was. I told you this was going to be pretty raw. Oh yeah, so I'm going to assume that you've already installed X-ray goggles and have it up in your browser there. So the first thing I'm going to do is go to a website, a newspaper, and I'm going to pick a local one. It's always fun to put yourself on the local paper. Now, the activity, if you're looking for the curriculum, I don't know the exact link, so let me search for it real fast. Club curriculum. I'll probably be able to get it through here. Nope. Discourse. Should show up in my history. Always better when you're doing a web show to have all of these links ready. So you're not doing what I'm doing, but it's not possible with 3 children and a job. Cracking the code curriculum. Mozilla. Now I wonder if there's a better way that I could search the web. Nope. That came right up. That worked. Now here's the thing. Did this surface because of my history? Or did it surface because of my keywords? Or because of both? It would be interesting to actually to sign out and see what happens if I use the same search terms. So back on point. Oh, this is cracking the code. I want hacking the news. But we're going to write it about. I'll explain why I Googled that. Oh, it's right below that. I don't need to do that. So basically, to use X-ray goggles, you're basically going to edit and change a website. This is how you get to the curriculum. But you're going to change a newspaper website. And this is kind of exactly this link, this picture here is what we're going to do. This is a version that I made yesterday. and didn't even know it was on this page, so it's pretty cool. So we're going to go and try to remake that today. So the first thing I'm going to do is go to the day. That's the kind of the local newspaper. Well, my town doesn't have a local newspaper. It's kind of a sad thing. But like most small towns, local newspapers are gone. But to me, I think that they would be, if you want to do a local newspaper and make a lot of paper, just put pictures of the kids' sports teams on the front page, or I think there's people that just make it stuff that people can hang in their refrigerator, and that's the way I consider to save kind of newspapers. All right, back on point, hacking the news. So what do we have here? We have a website, and I want to change it. So what I'm going to do is activate X-ray goggles here. And I can now see different parts and look behind the website. So this image here, if you look, that is an image tag. I want to rename this newspaper. I could take out this picture and switch it back here. So what do you see here? Well, if you look, this is the image tag. All right. Then they have, as you learn more about the web, you'll learn that this is what they're naming that, but we're just going to skip over that. This is the important part you really need to know. Right here in between, this is your source, and in between the two quotes, that's where you can just stick a link to any image and have it appear here. And we're going to use that to kind of change the images on the website, to change some of the different information on the website as well. I'm going to hit cancel there because I'm going to call it the day. I want people to recognize that it's my local paper. But this headline, now the activity asks us to really think about the Kraken because that's from the last activity we did. So I'm going to change this Kraken thing here. And if I can click on it. All right, here is the link. So this is a link to another website. And if you wanted to have fun with your students, you could just have them write an article about the Kraken, and this could be, you know what we're going to do? Great idea. Say a group decided that the Kraken was real. You could then have them go and write an article and link to that article here. So for example, if I went to my Google Drive, so if I went back to Google Drive, and what I'm going to do next, I'm going to create a new document. And I'm going to, make this my Kraken document. And this is where your kid, if you did this right after the last bit of curriculum, and as a brief reminder, Cracking the Code is part of the curriculum that teaches some of the credibility basics. Hold on, there's somebody that actually wants to get the link to the show again, so let me just tweet that back out. But what I was saying is that if you grab the curriculum that teaches the credibility basics, then the final step is the group's deciding on opinion. They have to tell, is the Kraken real, not real, or somewhere in between. Have them write an article and then link to that article in the hacking the news activity. Sorry, so I was just sending this link back out for somebody that wanted it again. For that was just a good idea, and I don't want to forget it. So I'm just going to throw that out on Twitter, so I can let the world forget it. Where was I? Oh yeah, the article. So we write a quick article about the Kraken. And then, yeah, let's get rid of the engendered term there. Oops. What is that just term for? Wow. People. It's real, folks. That just doesn't have the same dude or man kind of, I lost my car kind of annotation to it. All right. So I'm going to share this. I'm going to get the shareable link. And we can change, we can just make it to, you can switch to edit, comment, or view. Let's keep it to view because we've written our article. And I grab the link, and I can go back to my website I'm going to hack. And I change in the link. Oops, I cut off too much. You have to be very careful that when you're working with students, that they get the link right in between the quotes. It's something where I mess up all the time. All right, so scientists prove that the Kraken is real, and I can update that. This will now then, if I click on that, when I save, will bring me to that article. Now, if you want to open that up in a new tab, we can use something called target blank, and we'll learn about that in a later lesson. But if you're honestly just looking to make hyperlink open in new tab. But this picture doesn't work. So let's practice switching out a picture. Now, what do we have here? Again, you have, your class, and that's basically styling the picture, and it's telling it how. It's basically telling the picture what to do. That's probably the most incorrect way of explaining how that works. But my best guess is just say ignore it and just focus in on, again, this between the quotes after your source. Let me just close out some things here. Close this out so I stop getting interrupted and distracted. All right, where was I? So I'm back on the article, and I want to switch this picture out. I need to go find a picture. In the original one, I did a YouTube movie, but I can also do a picture. So I'm going to go to YouTube, and I'll show you that first. And a lot of this, I mean, there's some recent movies, so you got to kind of scan them and find a video you want if you want to use a video. The one I grabbed was, it was just by some kid, I think. It was a great little movie, and that's the most views out of all of these, and it wasn't from one of the movie clips. So I'm just going to take this one here for fun, just to show you. I'll click on that. I will go down and grab the embed code. And now, embed codes are usually in between two iframe tags. And so I'm going to go back to here. I'm going to go back to here. Oh, and I think I just cut and paste the second time. Copy the code there, go into here, and I can just switch out and put in the iframe, but I need to get rid of, what's happening is I have this image class here. So I'm getting rid of that. Because what I want is this. And it's not gonna work. Love doing things live. Oops. What did I do wrong? I still have an image tag there somewhere. Yeah. Let's get rid of that completely. Oh, I think this is a stupid Chrome thing where the delete button is bringing me back. I hate that feature. It really drives me freaking crazy. It's the dumbest, stupid feature ever. Now I gotta start over. I know there's a way I can turn it off, and I just haven't gotten around to doing it. But it's just a stupid feature. It's even worse when I'm using my Chromebook because it happens to me way more often. All right, so now I have to start over. That's to be absolutely the worst TV ever done, but I'm going to edit this out afterwards. I just needed the actual video. And for anybody watching, I apologize that you're actually sitting through what I'm doing. All right, so once again, I'm going to activate X-ray goggles. All right, I'm going to switch my headline. And we talked about earlier how you could have students link this to the article that they're going to write. Have them write that article as that they were, no matter which position they're taking, as if they could make it the most credible news article that they can. That's a great way to really reinforce the critical evaluation, sourcing, and argumentative writing skills at the same time. And you know what? This is such a big headline. What happens when I do this? Nothing. I thought I could just put the age ones there. It didn't work. That's those are your headings. I probably did something wrong. Let me do this. That didn't work either. Oh no, it's. Oh, I guess that's the size of their highest heading. We can make that text bigger, but you know what? We're going to keep it simple for now. That was me just learning about it. But if you saw what happened, what I could do, if I wanted to make it smaller, watch the difference. H3, H3. So heading level 3, heading level 2, and heading level 1. So we changed we changed our, our headline. All right, and once we have our headline switched, we're going to switch this image and hit update. We're going to switch this image for a video. So I'm going to click on this image. This is where I messed up last time. All right, and I'm going to delete all of this, and that should make it go away. And then I'm going to go over here, grab this, and put it in there, and hit update. Now, if you want to go crazy, you can even have the kids make the video and that they're going to embed in there. I mean, there's so many ways that you can hack and fork this curriculum and really push it to a fun way. And I like the idea, and I like what Mouse did when they wrote this curriculum, because you can play with it in so many different ways. And I was really surprised. I did this with my college students at some of the outcome, and most of them felt that the curriculum that it was somewhat in between, arguing that it was probably people seeing giant squid and it just got turned into a legend. So that was where most of my students settled. But you could take this, they could work on the videos for the newspaper, they could work on editorials, they could do a sports section about a team named McCracken. There are so many different ways where you can hack the news with this website. So let me just grab a quick picture. Normally I would grab smaller pictures or edit these, but I'm just trying to do this for speed. What I'm doing now is just kind of writing my instructions and updating those. This has got to be too long, but oh, and I forgot the link. All right, so now I've gotten that done. But now I need to change the copy here. And this is where we're going to add a little bit from our article. You can actually just, it should just come right from the article that you have your kids write. Oh, I needed to show you how to add that link in back to the article. So how do you do a link? Well, I'm going to click on that. And now I have just scientists prove Kraken is real. If I wanted that to be a link, it would go something like this. I have to go back to the drive, my drive. And I'm going to share it out once that page loads. So while that page is loading, because I'm running a lot and taxing my computer and my internet right now, broke my really nice 16 gig Retina display Mac and got it replaced with this old 4 gig, not Retina display. Although the one benefit of not having Retina display is I can use most of the screen capture software that I used just didn't work with Retina displays. So I guess that's one little benefit of destroying a really nice computer. First computer I ever broke. All right, so what did I? Oh yeah, this is the link to switch into here. I'm going. Let's close out YouTube. I didn't know that was still playing. Back to the newspaper, and we're going to add in the link here. I'm going to close off that parentheses. And then the words that I want displayed go in between the tags. So here's my A tag. I don't actually know the name of it. I just call it the A tag, and I just call this the thingamabobber where the URL goes. I think it has something to do with your reference point, but I just know that's what you do to make it work. I don't really know any code, but I can just try to stare at it and try to figure it out. So let me take a quick snapshot of that. Well, I realized when I was thinking about it, one of the activities that we didn't do so far was having students annotate, like really focusing on annotating the hoax websites. That's very similar to the Kraken activity. So I think I'm going to do another one of these for nobody to watch later next week, where we actually go into hoax websites and try to decide what makes websites credible. On Friday, I'll be talking with Ian, and his dissertation was having kids make fake websites to kind of empower them as readers and writers of the web. So that was pretty cool. So we'll be doing that on Friday, a quick 15-minute question the web talk there. So now we need to change this article here. Notice this is, see the P tags, that's the paragraph tag. So this is actually just all in that one spot. It also has a hyperlink in here. So I'm going to put in a link to our article again. And see this glyphicon stuff? I need to learn more about that and the favicons and all these. I mean, it seems like clip art died, yes, but we've just gone to fancy flat clip art. And it's all over the web. So it's definitely something I need to think about. How to get that thought down. All right, so back in here, I switched that into our document. Now I'm going to change the headline. There are 4 people in my group, so a group of international scientists I almost feel like, with enough time, I would have done this more like a cooking show, where I'd have multiple browser tabs open with different steps, be like, that's my oven where I throw the food in and then pull it out. But again, I was working all day. The other day. Now, the one that on the curriculum website, I actually messed this section up. It was there under, we're under the article, but I had messed up the code somewhere, so my paragraph tag didn't display. So I'm glad to get it right this time. And all I do is just type. This is the easiest thing to hack, is the text. But that's okay. It's a good place for kids to start, especially because we're hacking for credibility. And it's a good place to start. You really want to have them get down at the imaging tags and switching in images and really understanding how to play with formatting the paragraphs. Like, you could even go over things like this. So they learn how to style their websites. And I think there's a cheat sheet available on the Hack the News curriculum page. If not, just Google it. It's don't go crazy building the stuff for your students. It's already all out there. So we're going to take a picture of that. And now that we have that article done, so far we've practiced how we've been able to switch in with the embed code we deleted an image tag and the source to that image, and then we added an iframe tag, and the source for that iframe was a YouTube video. Now we just worked on coding the paragraph, and we actually used for bolds and italics. So those are all just easy things that you want. Not easy, that's the wrong word to say, I apologize. But those are some key areas that you want to cover with your students. All right, so let's update that. Now here you could have fun, like if you wanted to get into critical stances and publications, have kids make fake ads, for example. They could work on fake ads that either get at issues of gender or issues of identity, or just practice the rhetorical hooks such as bandwagon adjectives. all of those could easily be built in the lesson if you wanted to differentiate or keep this paper going as an ongoing product or piece that you return to while you're working with students on questioning the web. So down here, let's practice switching an image. That's important. There's two basic questions that people always have. How do I get an image for myself? And we do recommend, you can use Imager, but I put, 9 out of 10 or 99 out of 100 schools, that's going to be locked. So you might want to upload your images to, say, Google Drive and share them out from there. Or, but that does require an extra step, and I have a link to that on the YouTube channel. But I have, you just have a classroom website anywhere, or you can just go find an image. But people like putting in images of themselves. So you might want to teach kids how to go and get an image of themselves, or you might want to just, have a classroom website with images of your students if you have to keep it private. You can do it that way. But let's just get an image from the web. So I'm going to go over to Flickr. And I need a picture of, let's just do New London, Connecticut. There's pictures loading. Now, I want to know I can use this image openly, and I want to make sure it's openly licensed. So I'm going to go up here and switch the license to Creative Commons only. And that way, it's always a good opportunity to work on that with your students and talk about making sure that they're using openly licensed content, and encourage them. I mean, it's their choice, but encourage them to openly license their work as well. Let me grab a link. Let's throw this over here. And I'm very thankful to the artists who do openly license their photography. I actually have every image I use from Flickr I favorite and have a running slideshow on my website to celebrate those artists. I'm just so grateful that they actually do that. All right, I spelled license right. License is one of those words that I will get wrong every single time. I don't think, luckily I can have this Twitter chat because nobody's in it, and I'm just shouting to myself. I don't think I could do this if there was people talking back at me quickly. I can barely do this now. All right, so I'm going back to Flickr. Let me close all these. Later I'll go look for that link and I'll send it out on how to be able to embed images from your Google Drive. You just got to change the code around a little bit. It's pretty easy. So here's my Creative Commons only license images. And we're going to go with the lighthouse. So let me favorite that. So on my website now, Alexander will get his credit. I'm going to click on the image. Now here's an awesome tool made by Alan Levine. It's the Flickr CC attribution tool. And I can just click on that. And up comes the code to have in the correct image. It's basically set up for WordPress, but it does have it by text if you want. If you don't want to use the WordPress code because of the caption links, I don't know what that does in HTML. All right, so what I'm going to do now is just grab everything before the caption. I wonder if I don't know if that works in HTML. There's only one way to find out. Well, it's short code. It shouldn't. It can't. But I wonder if I just switch it. Nope, so caption is not the code that makes it work in HTML. I know there is one. I'll have to go back and find that. But at least now my attribution code is in the code. The attribution is in the code itself. If I wanted to have that appear, let's see. Let's get rid of this. This, and do this, which means oh wait a minute, like this. Don't want this. And I don't know what I did wrong. Let's just get rid of all that. And that. There we go. So now I've actually attributed the work. All right, let me grab a picture of making sure you do an attribution. And we can style that and make it smaller and play. But I was making that too hard. It was really just about getting the link in there. But I do like to encourage students to properly attribute or give proper attribution to the images they use. I think it's an important skill to build in whenever you can. What I should have done is just figure out. I should have just grabbed the text from the Alan Levine's little quick attribution machine. But I'm a big fan of the Levine attribution machine. All right, so I'll update that. And I can change in the, put in a new heading here, play with that. I'm just, I showed you how to do that already. Now you can easily go over here, switch these links, and make them about the Kraken or about Connecticut. It almost feels awful switching that headline. Like, you know what? I can't. It's too critical to switch. So I'm gonna leave that there. I just can't do it. And so you can go through there. Now, what if I wanted to switch this and this is an iframe and an iframe, but I do want to get a picture of myself. So let me switch this here. Oh shoot! It opened up the link. Let me see if I can get around it. So if you can, so all of this is in one divider, one div of the website. So I'm going to click on that. It's too many nested elements. Can't. Too big. I'm going to click there, and that should get it. So if I clicked on the actual image, it brought me to the link. So I'm just going to delete all this out. As you can see how powerful the tool X-ray goggle is, because you can learn how to play and do different stuff with all of this. And I'm just going to go get an image of myself. And since I have a website, I can just go grab it from there. I think I load a bunch of them just so I can use them later. And I'm not signed in, so I'm not going to grab an image of myself unless I have one on my About Me page. Nope. I just don't want to go sign in. I know. Well, I wonder if this is what will happen with this tiny one. So let's play. And we'll go over to here. And we'll type in image, put in the source, add our and there I am. And I can put, what if I wanted to, I could add some words on top of that and play a little bit. I don't know those skills that well, but yeah, I'm not going to try. I'm not going to get into doing that live. I just am learning how to do overlays with spans and stuff. So I don't want to, it was hard enough watching me do this. So that's pretty much it. That's how you hack the news. All right, so I'm going to hit update. Oh, I do need to switch the heading here. And change the headline. Alrighty, so that's pretty much it. Oh, well, I always want to do one more thing, What if I did this? Let's see what happens. Now, boom! Look at that. I don't think I need the, because it closes the quote, I don't think I need the parentheses. I can then switch the text there. All right, so just having a little fun. Okay, so let's hit publish. I'm going to publish that to the internet. Oh yeah, so this does assume that you already made your account. And I can then click on that, and that brings me back to my page now. Now this happens a lot if websites are using iframes or using any kind of JavaScript to surface their ads, so pretty much every ad, and it won't display. That's why I do suggest you go through and just delete all that stuff and have kids put in images. It's a great opportunity to talk about having them work on critical stance, or you can just have some ready-made ones or images folders that you share with kids. But yeah, it's a really easy, super fun tool to use. And that's pretty much it. That's how you hack the news. I was going to go into how to do the hacking the source websites, but I think I'm going to have to wait on that. I'm just too beat to do that, and I need to go get a glass of water. So thank you for nobody who is watching. And once again, a final plug to just Google CogDog Flickr CC attribution machine. It saves me so much time. You can either just grab the text for your students, or if you have a WordPress site, you get everything right there. It's just an awesome, awesome tool. And thank you, everybody, and good night. Oh, somebody was watching. Thanks.